Wedding planning should feel personal, not automated. Simply Eloped keeps it human, crafting over 14,000 one-of-a-kind ceremonies across 37 incredible U.S. locations. They handle the vendors, permits, timelines, all of it. You get your marriage license, they take on the chaos. Create your kind of wedding at simplyeloped.com. Are you not ready to be done with holiday cookies, pies, and other desserts? Me either. So on today's show, we're revisiting my conversation with Candis McLean and Alison Kessler of the Infatuation Philly to hear about the best bakeries in the city. It's Tuesday, December 30th. I'm Trenae Nuri, and here's something sweet. Candis and Alison, thanks for being back on the show. There is this long list of the best bakeries in Philly that you all came up with, but I'm so curious. It's not just, going out somewhere, grabbing a cookie, grabbing a donut, and then just writing about it. You guys really had an approach to finding the best bakeries. So what was that approach, Alison?
Philly has had a long line of classic Italian bakeries. That's sort of where we started. But after that, just like all of our research, we go neighborhood by neighborhood to find the best of the best. When there are trending baked goods happening, like for instance, right now we're seeing a lot of cinnamon buns, we make sure to research that and find these cinnamon buns so we can bring everybody the best. And just over time, we visit new places every week, and we add the best to our guide.
Right, like we're a city of tasty cake lovers and soft pretzels for breakfast. So we have to give people the baked goods that they want. And we're going to new places. We're going to different neighborhoods, Chinatown, Brazilian bake shops. We go to big and small. We go there, we eat, we raise our sugar levels, and then we write about it. And we have this great guide for you guys.
Yes. And on this list is a Philadelphia pretzel cake. We will get to that soon. But I want to talk about your research. You just mentioned cinnamon buns are dominant right now. Why is that, Candis?
I think that it's a small contained treat. We like handheld things here, like sandwiches the same way. I just know that I went to a new shop and Dream World Bakes had a cinnamon bun. Dream World Bakes is in Kensington. Out west is in West Philly, which we recently added to the hit list. The primary thing in the bakery is the cinnamon bun, both vegan and non-vegan. New Dream Bakery in Brewerytown as well. I think people just like iced out, soft, buttery treats. And I cannot blame them. I do not blame them at all.
Is Philly known for one particular dominant or specific pastry?
I think you can't really talk about Philly baked goods without talking about cannolis. We have an entire guide dedicated to cannolis. It's kind of our classic Christmas time treat. But I think it would be a mistake to leave it at just that. We have so many baked goods now that we're famous for. I mean, at Reading Terminal Market alone, we have great donuts. We have the city's best cookies at famous 4th Street. And now we kind of do it all. We have French bakeries, a lot of laminated dough with fabulous croissants. And like Candis said, we have Brazilian bake shops. We have Middle Eastern bake shops. So you can't just leave it to the cannolis now.
But you all did find the best cannoli, and that was?
Termini Brothers.
Yes.
And that was done with the blind tasting. We had a few other people from staff come in. We got around, what was it, Alison, like 8 or 10 cannoli shops?
8 or 10 cannolis,
and
yeah.
Spread them
a
all
lot of cannolis
on the plates. A blind tasting. It was just us, some mascarpone, a little
chocolate chips.
And we just went to town and then had a little sugar coma, but it was worth it to find the best of the best.
And it was undisputed. Everybody who tried them ended up choosing Termini Brothers.
Yeah.
I had a chocolate cake from them from a kid's birthday party, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So let's just stick with the classic Italian places for right now. Where should we be going for that classic Italian bakery item?
I think it is Grove for sure. Bella Vista. Mm-hmm. You can't go wrong. They have the ricotta cookies. They also have cannoli. It's been around since 1904, so you kind of get that old world charm about it. And They have a lot of impressively like gorgeous treats. You know, like those cakes that you kind of see that you kind of are too afraid to eat because you don't want to mess it up. A lot of that's
Yeah.
happening there behind a glass table.
Totally.
So it's a really great place to go.
Termini Brother, like you were saying, Trenae, Termini's does fantastic birthday cakes. You can do the huge sheet cakes for like 16 people. They'll kind of decorate it however you want. And you can't go wrong with Termini Brothers, just beyond their cannolis. And Termini Brothers, there is a location in Reading Terminal Market, but the original is in deep South Philly.
Okay, so we just mentioned Italian places. All right. I think it's important to talk about bread. I feel like bread is really king in the city because of the cheesesteaks and the avocado toasts and all the sandwiches. So, where should we go for some good bread?
For classic French bread, I would still go to the original Metropolitan Bakery in Rittenhouse Square. Everything from baguettes to sourdough to oatmeal raisin, it's all classic. It's fantastic. They've been doing it for over 30 years in the city. And then on the newer end, I would say High Street. High Street in Center City is part of the Fork A Kitchen family. So they provide all of the breads for those places. But you can also just go to High Street in Center City on your own and pick up your fresh breads for the day.
Yeah, they have a nice little sourdough action, a lot of seeded multigrain bread. So, if you want to make your avocado toast fancy in the morning, that's how you do it.
Alison and Candis, I was actually surprised by this next bakery. We did an entire episode with the owner. I was just shocked to see that there was this bakery on a tight, small street in South Philly in the East Passyunk neighborhood. It was Mighty Bread Company. Like, I was shocked. It was a whole production in a small, tight street.
Yeah, I think they started as like a wholesaler for breads. And then they started as wholesale and they were just exclusively breads. And then they opened this cafe about like 2.5, 3 years ago. And so now, of course, people still come in for their baguettes, for their whole grains, for their, all those kind of soda breads, things of that nature. But they also have, ricotta tea cakes. They have, sweet pastries. They have pretty good cheese like breakfast sandwich. So they're doing it all now, the bread and meals for the rest of your day.
I can vouch for that bread. That bread was good. I think I had a sourdough. Are there any other spots that are good for bread?
I would actually say Machine Shop.
Yeah.
Machine Shop is also kind of surprising. Like you were saying about Mighty Bread in an unexpected place. Machine Shop Boulangerie is in the Bach building, and they make fantastic French style bread also, and great morning pastries, pain au chocolat, almond croissants, that kind of thing.
All right, we've got more on the best bakeries in Philly when we come back. You have some bakeries on your list that actually serve savory bites. Let's get into that. What about over in Queen Village at Majdal Bakery?
So Majdal Bakery is really one of a kind in the city. It's Middle Eastern. It does just as many savory items as sweet items. And when I say savory, I mean they have like cheese and olive burekas. They have Turkish eggs in little sourdough bread boats. Chicken sumac, like really interesting flavors that you don't see at a lot of bakeries. But then on the sweet side, their tarts are absolutely stunning to look at. Like Candis was saying, they're the kind that you sort of don't want to cut because they're so gorgeous and delicate, but excellent to bring to a party or as a gift.
Tell me about Jezebel's in West Philly.
So Jezebel's is an Argentinian bake shop. So of course they have, empanadas, things of that nature. Cheese and ham-filled pastries. And so it's kind of a situation where, if you're a savory person, that's an all-day kind of cafe. Like I could do savory for breakfast, lunch, midday snack, dinner, after dinner snack, and they know that about me, or they know now. And so, you'll get little pastries with tangy vegetables, spicy lentils inside them. You'll get a lot of those kind of flavors that will carry you through the whole day.
Since we're in West Philly, let's head over to University City and go to Manikish Bakery.
Manikish is a bakery shop in University City, and they do, they're Lebanese shops. They do like baklava and other things like that. They also have, not to pivot from bakery, but they have a great cheesesteak, which is rare. But they do a lot of some things with spicy lamb. So a lot of like pastries with that in there. Another savory element, pistachio, mamul cakes, things like that. So they have a lot of just kind of laminated, flaky pastry things that have a little kick to them in a nice, pleasant way.
I saw on the list there's a coconut cake there.
Yes, and we love a sweet coconut treat. Yes, it's really good. Yeah, I'm getting very, very hungry talking about it. And I'm also, it's one of those like, sweet coconut cakes, like, you eat it. I had a feeling that like eating it there, like Scrooge McDuck when he jumped into all the coins in the opening shots. Yeah. I would love to jump into like a pillory mound of coconut cake from Mediquiche. If the infatuation will pay for it, I will be down to do it for the team.
Alison, you have on your list small oven pastry shop in South Philly that it kind of, does it serve savory bites?
So what's so interesting about Small Oven is that attached to it is Porco's Porchetteria. They make one of the best roast pork sandwiches in town. So when you're there, you can stop and get your savory item, obviously, but you would be remiss not to pick up some of their cookies, some of their delicate, like tart-like cakes. They're small, and there's nowhere to sit there. So you're going to want to grab a bunch of things and take it to go.
Take me to the Brazilian Bakehouse, because this is where you could get that Philly pretzel cake.
The bake shop is more well known for sort of their Brazilian options, Cuclet Brazilian Bakehouse on East Passyunk. But yes, they have a pretzel cake with salted caramel milk. It's sweet, it's salty, it's huge, it's delicious. You can't go wrong.
Any other ones on your savory side?
Well, the new shop, I talked about them already, but the new shop, Dreamworld Bakes in Kennington, it opened just under a year, maybe like last October. They actually have a sweet box and a savory box. So if you want to get kind of the best of both worlds, and like in the savory box, you'll have spiced lamb with, golden raisins on a bun with like pistachio, things like that. Kind of like Alison mentioned earlier, flavor profiles you didn't know you needed till you had it. I got that savory box, and I was supposed to bring it to my uncle's house, and it did not leave my car. I took it home.
K-Far and Rittenhouse does both savory and sweet. It's an Israeli bakery. They do great Jerusalem bagel sandwiches. That's usually on the savory side. They do like labna egg and cheeses. But then on the sweet side, they do incredible pistachio buns. They do rugula. What's the brown butter chocolate chip cookie that I can't stop eating from there? So that place is great. It's also nice because you can start with a salad and then pick a few sweet treats to go.
Cool. That's Kafar, the cafe near Rittenhouse. Well, I have a friend who has a serious sweet tooth. Hey, Chanel. Every time we're texting, we're always texting about where we're going to get some ice cream, or I want to impress her so badly, and I want to take her somewhere where she's like, damn. So where should I take her to impress her for a sweet treat? And she's the type of person that will eat like dessert before dinner.
I trust her with my life, yes. I go to Pop's Bun Shop in Bella Vista.
I knew you were going to take Pop's.
Oh, okay, Pop's Bun Shop.
Yeah, of course. I mean, what the things that me and that cinnamon roll did on the sidewalk, they write songs about it. But they close at around 1 p.m., 2 p.m., so it won't be as dinner per se, but get her there early. They have blueberry custard buns. They have a great cinnamon roll, just pillowy, like pecan rolls. They have a lot of like raspberry compote top glazed things. If she's into the sugary, syrupy business of life and just pillowy buns, yes. It's window only, so you have to take her somewhere because you'll want to have an intimate moment with these buns. So don't go on the street like me, just kind of licking your fingers and looking like you were into it. And I was.
You'll want to get there early, too. On Saturdays and Sundays, the line by like 8:30 is down the block for these buns. They're so good.
Yeah.
I would take her to Loretta's on Head House Square. So Loretta's does kind of throwback inspired baked goods. Like they make a cosmic brownie that is like a perfect fudgy brownie topped with chocolate frosting and rainbow sprinkles.
Like the the desserts from like elementary
Yeah.
school.
From our childhood, yes.
Yeah.
But
okay.
it's so rich and chocolatey and delicious.
Ooh.
And they also make homemade Pop-Tarts. So these Pop-Tarts are filled with homemade like cherry jam. And then they're topped with a thick cherry frosting and sprinkles. It is so sweet and decadent and like reminds you of your childhood in the best way. So another place you got to get to early if you're going on the weekend. But for a sweet lover, it is so good.
Cosmic brownies are so bad. Keep running into them at bakeries. I don't know. Everybody wanted to kind of Lisa Frank out some brownies, and they pulled it off, and I've been eating them.
The 90s are back.
The 90s are back.
And we will be back after this short break. When I read your article about best bakeries in Philly, I did notice a pattern that some Philly bakeries, they're not like all day, all night operations. It feels like you better catch them, earlier in the day and fast because the hours that they're open. Is there a bakery that stays open kind of late in the day?
Cake and Joe in Fishtown, they stay open to 8 o'clock daily. So that's a good option. Also, a bakery that if we had a large enough guide, it would have been on the guide, but Alamos in Chinatown. A lot of the Chinatown bakeries stay open, and Alamos stays open till 11 p.m. on the weekday and to midnight on the weekends. So if that friend you have with a sweet tooth.
What are some spots that also have a good pot of coffee brewing?
So not on our bakery guide, but on our coffee shop guide is Vernick Coffee Bar. That's in the Comcast Center in Center City. They make incredible baked goods. They make this carrot cake pie that is on my Thanksgiving table every year now. But everything is good there, like their chocolate croissants, but their coffee is the main thing. So you can hang out, you can work for the day. Any of the baked goods you're going to get there, you're going to love.
Also, another pattern in a lot of bakeries in the city is that you just have to order your item and then head out. But there's a spot where we can actually sit down, right, Candis?
Yeah, you head to Fiore in Kensington. They have tables, they have seats. They play Lauryn Hill. I know that. But also they have a really great coffee menu, but just the baked goods like the pistachio cornetti, things like that. You can put them in a box, you can sit down. They have counter spacing, they have group tables, they have seats for you. So it's a good place to be.
I want to go to all these places. Okay. We were talking about the cosmic brownie. Where else can we get a good brownie in the city?
Well, my favorite brownie in the city is at Second Daughter. It's in the Bach Building in South Philly. If you have a hard day, emails, or just kind of like life is meh, this is the redemption brownie. This will redeem your faith in humanity. It's a fudgy square. It's gooey. It's yes. And they do have other things like, eggy red pepper quiches, things like that. But the brownie is what you need to hone in, target, and just destroy in under 20 seconds. Maybe 10 if you're ravenous. I believe in you.
Okay, before we head out, favorite bakery of all in Philly? Alison.
Oh, Trenae.
Come on, you have a favorite spot. I know you do.
I'll say my two new favorite spots are Dream World in Kensington I talked about, and New Dream Bakery in Brewertown, because they have brought back sliced cakes.
Sliced cakes!
There's a time when bakeries didn't sell sliced cakes anymore. And I guess depending on the breakup or the kind of day, I could eat a sheet cake myself, but it's kind of ridiculous. So
sheet cake is crazy.
So now that we have sliced cakes, these two bakeries, these are my new two favorite places.
Have you been to Bud in Maryland? I saw that they had cakes on the counter, and we were supposed to go for the cakes, but we ended up getting the Nashville hot chicken instead.
Yeah, they have a towering
funfetti cake.
Funfetti cake. That thing might be 13 inches. Yeah, you need a few friends for that one. Or just a large glass of milk, but either way.
Go and just have that.
Yeah.
You can sit at the bar there and just get a big slice of the funfetti cake. It's great.
Okay, Alison, it is your turn now.
Okay.
Gotta give you something.
I'm going to give two. I have a classic and a newbie. My favorite probably of all time is Isgro's. I grew up on Isgro's and having Isgro's at my birthdays. They're great for cannolis, but I actually love their Italian cookies. So you can just pop in and pick out whichever ones you want. And me and my kids do that once a week. And then for the new school, I love Loretta's right now. I love what they're doing with the cosmic brownies and the house-made Pop-Tarts. They also make really good savory sandwiches. So if you go closer to brunch time, you can get that. But their sweet treats are right now, I think the best in town.
Great. All right. What's next on the menu for you all?
We're keeping it sweet. Like we do have something in the works for all these sweet treats from daytime to nighttime. So we are going to be in the next couple months, actually within the next month and a half maybe, doing a new rollout and activation all around sugary things that we cannot live without. So look out for that.
Can't wait. Alison, Candis, thank you both so much for joining me on CityCast Philly today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
That's all for today here on CityCast Philly. If you enjoyed this episode about the best bakeries in the city, tell a friend. Also, rate the show, leave us a review, and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to sign up for our morning newsletter, Hey Philly, to learn more about what else Philly's talking about. And don't forget, you can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Philly neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back Friday, January 2nd, because we're celebrating the new year. So see ya in 2026, Philly. Bye.
Trenae, I feel like that was like my bakery SATs. Like I was like,
pistachio.
I was like, I know it's in here, but what do I like from that place?